Well, good day, y'all. Got up about 6 a.m. and I'm about to head up here to the central New Jersey area to get some water. And I thought it would be nice for you to ride with me. So come on, let's go. Mornings I'm usually a little bit bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, but man, I tell you, New Jersey, we're gonna have to do something about these mornings, man. We got literally we're in May, and at this time of the year, it goes from being you'll have some days where it can go as high as 80 degrees and some days even 90 degrees for that matter. And then from that to, days where you're waking up to 40-degree weather. Like yesterday I was wearing shorts, short sleeve shirt. Today I'm wearing a sweatshirt, sweatpants. And I think the high today is going to be about in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, so I went ahead, loaded up, all of our jugs, and yeah, we're gonna go on up here and hit it. Okay, so we are here, man, and the ride for me is about I'll say 35 minutes, and I like coming early because by coming early, you beat a lot of the parents that may come out here for their, to get water for their families or whatever. School is in still, and so that's why I like coming out early. So anyway. Go ahead, we're gonna hit this mug. So as you can see, water's there. I'll have the camera on while I'm doing my thing here. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see that layer right there? That's pollen. So we definitely in spring. So I guess that means I'm gonna have to stop at the car wash on the way back home. All right, so there's the water there. This is where we go, fill up our water, and I need to hurry up and move before people start coming here. So let me go ahead and see if I can sit this down here. All right, here we go. So anyway, so I go through all of my all the things here. So I'm not gonna film all of me. You're not gonna watch me filling up all jugs here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop it here. All right, so I just finished filling up. So now what I'm doing, take these to the car, and then I got the smaller ones to do. My son tried to do this. He was doing this with, hold on a sec. My son was doing this and lifting these up. You got to be so careful when you're lifting these up and pull the muscle in his back. And that jacked him up for a little bit. Happened to me one time too. So yeah, you got to be real careful when you're lifting these things up. So one thing's for certain, you get your workout. You definitely get your workout. Looks like people are coming here. So let me grab these bottles real quick. Secure my spot because they're gonna come. Hey, 2 people are coming. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Woo! So we just finished bottling all that water. And I saw 2 cars coming up at first, but it ended up just being one. Nice old gentleman. Everyone that I encounter here, they're always very nice. And, you know, if you want info on, you know, about the water and the area and all of that, people are always very kind and will tell you, share what they know. Because, you know, remember, this isn't my area. You know, I had to drive about, I would say 35 to 40 minutes to get here. And so this isn't necessarily my community, so to speak. But anyway, so glad to get that done and over with. So typically what I do now is once I'm finished doing that, then I do, hey, how you doing? Once I'm finished getting that water, then the next thing I do is I go for a walk. And this is a very nice part. Now, you notice during this video, I have not told you the name of the place or anything like that. Well, because that's going to be your assignment. You know, if you've been following this page, you know, this channel, you know, I've always been plugging the page findaspring.com. Findaspring.com. And that is not a page I get a dime from, but it's a resource that I came across that lists all the free and paid natural water springs all throughout, not just the United States, all throughout the rest of the Americas, the Caribbean, Europe, and of course, you know, they probably don't have Africa on there, I don't think, but pretty much all over the world. It's a very good map where people, you know, throughout the, you know, the world community will let you know about the location of springs, and people will try to add as much info as possible, you know, and give you that info. You know, some people are even kind enough to go ahead and order a water sample test, and they'll post it so that you can have that info as well. I would definitely recommend doing that, you know, getting your water test done, you know, on the spring water that you find. But I can't stress this enough. This may be a nice little video. It's like, come with me. We're going to look at, you know, watch me as I get water. But this is really an encouragement to you, y'all. You know, in this time that we're in, family, we've been saying for years, and we've been saying ourselves for years. I'm talking about as a people, you know, you can't trust the government. You can't trust the government. But when it comes to our drinking water, guess who we trust? Every time you turn in that thing, turning that knob in your bathroom, turning that knob in your kitchen, who you trusting? The government. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many more Flint, Michigans do we need? You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's just so important to find areas where you can get water yourself, You could test it yourself, and and then that way you straight. All right, so we're getting closer to the lake here. It's really not that far of a walk. I mean, my thing is, man, if I'm gonna drive 40 minutes out away from my home, to get some water, man, why not take some time and just take it all in? You know what I mean? Before I hit back on that road. So that's what I do. So man, it is so nice out here. This lake out here, it's really, really nice. And just so glad I always have the opportunity to drive up here. Sometimes I come up with my son, sometimes I come with my wife as well, just to kind of take it all in. And we just go for a walk, get the water. And you're going to find that some of these springs, like in this particular case, the spring here, it only has one pipe. Not all springs are like that. Some springs have two pipes. In fact, I had someone tell me there is one further north of here where there's two pipes, and he was like, oh, it's so much nicer. But New Jersey traffic, like the traffic that I encounter, once you get past a certain exit going north, it is not enjoyable at all of a ride. It's a lot of New York traffic. So I'll just deal with this one and be happy with it, but not every spring is like that. You got some people that do a really good job in piping it. Some other places, not so much. Some places don't have a pipe at all. It just comes straight out of the ground. The most important thing I tell people is whatever you do, make sure you try to filter it. A lot of people I've spoken to that get water from here, who've been getting it here since like 20 years plus, they've been telling me that they don't filter at all. They just drink it straight. I guess, if you're used to that, then by all means, whatever works for you. I personally don't trust that. I'm gonna make sure I filter it. And that's just a standard protocol for me, what I do here. Anyway, here's another little trail here at this park. And it's really nice. I've been down here before. It's a really nice little trail. They do a really good job in making sure it's cleared out. And what you're looking at down here, this is the spring that I got our water. Well, this is where the spring, it turns into a little stream. And that stream, I think, turns into a river and is a nearby river. And this is one of the springs that feed into it. And I haven't done it at this particular park, but the one I usually go to, there's a lot of walking I do, but I also take the time and I use my app to identify some of the herbs and plants that are around. And sometimes there's not a time that goes by when I do that. I come across something new and something like, oh man, I didn't know it does this. Let me take some of that home and I'll just make a tincture out of it or do something with it. But yeah, it's just so we literally are walking past our medicine and driving past our medicine every day. And these people have taught us and trained us that what you're seeing is brush or weeds. They assign these very broad-based terms so that you just kind of don't pay attention to the very integral details that our Creator has put in each and every one of these plants. All right. So we did it, y'all. We got it done. And thank you so much for joining me. I actually woke up a lot more after lifting all those the jugs of water and then doing that beautiful walk we just did. I feel a lot more awake. And so thank you so much for joining me on this little trip, this little day trip here and getting some water. Remember, family, do take it very seriously. Go to the website, findaspring.com. and look for the closest natural springs in your area. It's definitely worth the drive. If it's a drive that's going to be, not like 10 minutes away from your home or so, it's going to be much longer. Just plan around that. If you have smaller children with you, just make it into a little fun little day trip, especially now that, at least where we are, it's getting warmer out. And so make it a little nature trip, and they can help out and then go grab something to eat, and hopefully by the time they get back home, they'll be asleep. So if they're small children. Anyway, family, listen, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time.